isn't. Ha ha. Yes. Oh, all right. Let's see. No. See, one more time. Okay. Great Rising YouTube. Sorry to hold you up. Sorry to hold you up. Sorry to hold you up. I'm going to have to record and then see if I can upload it to Facebook because I can't get on Facebook. But it reads like that sometimes. Ha! Great Rising, get your chair, get your mat, get all those things. Y'all see how I have the light worked out? I hope a little better. I got a couple of faithfuls over at Facebook, but they know if they don't see me that I'm over here. Y'all see me sweating? I gotta tell you where that sweat came from. I'm having the worst internet connection known to me. The worst internet connection. So, power on. I don't know how much of this will get on the Ubers Tubers or none of it got on Facebook. So, there's that. It didn't make it. It didn't make it. Maybe my channel came up at blah, 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 blah. Lord knows, ain't nobody kicking down no doors to get in here. I appreciate my subscribers. Don't get me wrong. Y'all see, there's a mist in the air. That's how it gets in this basement. When it gets humid. It's a mist in the air. Yeah, y'all. Okay, it's Monday. Yeah, the speaker's not working. Some with the Wi-Fi is not connecting. But I'm here, y'all. I'm here. I am here. And as much as my phone can hold that it can record, I'm recording. Just got to download it on the computer the old-fashioned way. But do you see this fog in the air? Whew. I got the fan on. But y'all see I'm sweating? I'm moving all over trying to find a way to get the internet to connect to the speaker and back and forth. And nothing. Upstairs, downstairs, nothing. So that's what that fog is. It looked like on my recording. I mean, I don't think it's a dumb thumper. Hey, how was your weekend? You had a good weekend? Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for coming on the walk. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the love. Y'all see I got more light behind me-ish. See that? And I feel good. I did my stretches and stuff. Just a little thrown off because, as T.S. Madison calls it, the internet. The internet. The Wi-Fi. So, other than that, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Plodding along, going along, getting along. Please like, comment, share, tell a friend, tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin. Alright? So, that's where we at. I want to get off and rub the lens to see if it is the lens. But I gotta tell you, I don't think it is the lens. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, Facebook. But I just gotta make sure that mist in the back is mist and not mist from the camera. So. Hey, it cleared up a bit. Not a lot. Not a lot. But enough. Right? So, that's why I'm sweating. And it's hot down here. And we have the dehumidifier on. And, of course, okay, once I find out where the breeze is, I can just grab it and then come back. And then when I get hot, I grab a breeze and then come back. And it's not really loud because I don't know how I can muffle. But I tell y'all, my grandmother used to tell us to hold up our hand. And she said, you're lucky if you have that many friends when you get to be my age. And she was in her 60s, as I am now. That's what she said. And she is right. Even in Facebook, during the whole 45 thing, I lost a lot of friends. Oh, I lost it because I've always put my political views out there. I never pretend to be something. I mean, if you, my friend, and you like me, you know what I'm going to say and you know where I'm coming from. But when you don't know because I don't know, you send me a friend request, I accept it. I think I know you. You don't know me. And then when 45 came along, it was the parting of the ways. So that was a chunk gone. And then now, as I walk, and I think that's what exercise does when you get older, it starts opening drawers that you put that here, you put that here, you put this there, you know. And exercise always did it for me. And I think that's why a lot of people don't like to exercise. Because it makes you look at yourself in the mirror. Definitely makes you think positive of yourself. A lot of people don't want that. So, as I'm telling my story of understanding through my life experiences, I am, as to be expected, I'm stepping on toes of my family and friends who are Christians and think that I am attacking Christianity, not telling my story and my understanding of it as being a cult. And that's one thing that Christianity really never allowed to do. Everybody talk about, Muslim marry Muslim, and this one marry this one. It's that same trash over here. But you make a person's world so small. And I gotta tell y'all, until I was 58, and when the realization just hit me, just like, wait a minute. Do you know, for the first time since I went down south at maybe 14, maybe 15-ish. And from that point to 58 years, I've had nightmares. Yep. And I couldn't understand what it is. What was going on? What was going on? But I was in the cult, but not in the cult. And then it gets all jumbled up. And though I felt, as far as mankind and loving and concern and consideration, man, woman, children, cat, and dog, I'm exemplary. My friends who know me, when I say white this or white that, they know what I'm talking about. They know they're not in that category because they've never presented themselves to me like that. So they know I'm not even talking about them. When I talk about cults, any of those Christians out here who have known me for a long time, they know to say, she's just going through it. That's her revelation. That's what she sees. But if I need something, she's going to jump to it. She's down for me like 4 flat tires. Regardless, that ain't got nothing to do with it. I didn't like people according to their religion. I like people according to the people. And as I've said, I've met fantastic, wonderful people in my life. All colors, shapes, and sizes, weights, heights. But wonderful. Please. So people who know me, they know who I'm talking to and who I'm not talking to. And they also know I really don't take no shit. I'm a go get it and I get it. I'm a do it and I do it. I'm not malice. I wasn't born with malice. Those seem like the people I was around spent a whole lot of time trying to put it in my heart. But if it's not there, you can't put it there. It wasn't there. They couldn't ignite it, though they tried. You couldn't ignite it because it wasn't there. I remember even as a child always loving. Hugging, they called me needy, wanty, selfish. But if you was crying, I would be the first one there trying to rub your hand, give you a tissue or do something. If you was having fun, I also was the first one there. You want somebody to dance? I was shy at first. But once I got into it, I was a little hamish. You know. But for me, I'm just so happy that I know what it is. And I'm free. Like, maybe about 10 years ago, I stopped using the word DEVIL. Because I never had a relationship with him. My mother never made us have a relationship with him. But when I went down south to the Southern Baptist, he was a constant. You could not say the Lord's name because you can't take the Lord's name in vain. You couldn't say Jesus. Like you say, oh, help me, Jesus. Or Jesus be right. You were being blasphemous and you was taking the Lord's name in vain. Now, on the other hand, you could talk about the devil till your tongue fell out. He was responsible for everything. This is the morning. Get up, y'all. Don't let this devil start messing with me. Don't y'all be devil starting. First thing in the morning. Every morning, all my life. Then along the way you hear, oh yeah, I thank the Lord for waking me up. Yes, 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 yes. But these devil children, D-E-V-I-L children, and it didn't make any sense to me. I used to say to myself, how is it that we're allowed to talk about the devil openly and freely? But every time you mention God or Jesus' name, they would come out of it. You've taken the Lord's name in vain. Blasphemous. I'm like, what? Would you talk about the devil then? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ain't nothing wrong with that boy but the devil all day long. That's all right. You know, devil fell from heaven all the time. And I told y'all before, when Flip Wilson came out with the devil made me do it, my life became a living hell. Because everything was written off to the devil. He ain't mean it. The devil made him do it. I know he went to choke me and incest me. He told him when to do it. The devil was blamed for everything. Stealing from her, that's the devil, not a person. Now, when I used to get spanked and hit with my mother up here in New York before she passed, she always said, it's to mind me. It's to stop you from doing stuff because I'm talking to you and you ain't hearing me. But of course we know, you know what I mean. We've changed, we've evolved. But when I went down south and they beat you, it was to beat the devil out you. devil. I don't give him no play in my house. My mind and my headspace other than me talking to them. Yep. So the first time I saw my cousins get a whooping, y'all have to take that word for what it is. Whooping, hands tied, feet tied, thrown on the bed, and bra and panties. And all you can do is roll back and forth. And you are beat. They beat the devil out you. And when you get up, you should be better. I kid you not. I kid you not. The first time I saw it, I was crying, my eyes was open. That wasn't, you didn't come home from school when I told you to come home from school. No. They didn't get beatings for that. It's basically talking rude to my grandmother. And she said, it ain't so-and-so, it's the D-I-V-I-L. The D-E-V-I-L in that child. Yep. And they beat them like they was beating the DEVIL out of them. And it was a lot. So again, I don't understand. I don't understand. And if you cried out, well, my cousins are crying, oh, God help me. Stop taking this book. You see that DIVIL? What you calling on for him now? Taking his name in vain. That's how you talked about God and Jesus. Only the pastor, only the deacons, only people high up in the church were able to call God and Jesus. For us, everything was the devil. You say, Lord, help me, you get a backhand slap. It didn't make sense to me. I kept saying, why are we talking more about the DEVIL than God and Jesus? And why every time we mention God and Jesus' name, I mean, they would turn on us like, you mentioned his name? You said that name? Whoa. But you can say devil, and they laugh and say, yeah, that's that DEVIL. Uh-huh. You ain't get it out of them. You can't get it. And it would be an hour speech on the DEVIL. And in my head, I kept saying, this isn't making any sense. And I would go to church, and we would read the Bible, and of course only the pastor or the deacon can mention Jesus or God. And then it would instantly turn to the DIVL. And everything that the DEVIL, uh-oh. It's our break time. Let me see. Y'all, so y'all can watch me to know I'm telling y'all the truth. Let me see. Let me see.
Power on. Bluetooth ready to pair.
Y'all get water.
Bluetooth connected.
Let's see how long this lasts. Let's see how long this lasts, y'all. Walking. Yes, indeed. I'm walking. Oh, yeah. Just for me. I'm walking. Thank you for the company. We pay so much. We pay so much for internet service. So happy to be walking. Happy to be walking. Thank you for the company. Walking. Yes, indeed, I'm walking. Oh, yeah, just for me, I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking. So happy to be walking. Happy to be walking. Thank you for the company. Walking. Yes, indeed, I'm walking. Oh, yeah, just for me, I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking. So happy to be walking. Happy to be walking. I'm here. Thank you for the company. I tell you, when you're sweating and everything, and you run to the bathroom, you can't like zoop up. You can't zoop up and come back. So, yeah, we pay a lot of money for Optimum Online, but Still. 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 All I can say is still, because we don't got a satellite in the sky. So it ain't like I can talk crap like I got someplace to go. You know? So yeah. So that it didn't make any sense. It seemed like when I got down south, everything was say one damn thing, do something different, totally contradictory of everything. But you can get punished for it, and all you're trying to do is to make it make sense. So that's why volunteering at the Veterans Administration Hospital, Charleston, South Carolina, seemed like the ideal thing for me. Because I needed something more concrete. I needed words and action to start matching. I needed it to make sense. I needed, like, you're not supposed to have sex before you get married, but you condone incest. How is that? But to them it's two different things. One has absolutely nothing to do with the other. I had to get a letter to date a boyfriend. Blew my head. Then I started seeing my girlfriends in high school getting their butt beat. And I was like, well, what did your mother say when he did it? And said, my mother said she got his letter and he's responsible for me. Now, I had Thomas write me a letter. I was dating him, my girlfriend, Lorraine Thomas. That was her brother. So I had Thomas write me a letter. Because, see, in cults, if you're not vigorously going after a man or being involved with a man, you're a lesbian. Now, the pastor knows you're a woman. He doesn't rape you. So he knows it. The deacons done touched and felt up on you and everything. They throwing tongues down the throat and they doing all kind of fuck shit. So they know you ain't gay. But if your grandmother or family member don't have a letter from a boyfriend, then you're a lesbian. If you want to go to college and have a future outside of the cults, you're a lesbian. So I had to stop talking about good things and fun things happening. I had to stop talking about it. Because that's lesbian talk. You don't understand. I'm going to be something in life, and I'm going to open up a business, and I'm going to take care of you. And that's lesbian talk. Non-lesbian talk is, oh, I can't wait till I get married, and my husband, and then I have a lot of kids from him, and then we live in the house. That's non-lesbian talk. My aunt got, both my two aunts got beat the crap out of severely before the family interceded. Because, as my grandmother said, that was her choice. And according to my aunt, if her brother hadn't interceded, she'd probably be dead by now. A long time ago, I probably wouldn't even got a chance to meet her. But any other kind of talk is lesbian talk. So that I couldn't understand either. It was so contradictory. I'm a woman, you touching my breastises. You shouldn't be. The whole lot of you should be thrown in jail. But it don't work like that. So Thomas gave me his letter. And he said he would be responsible for me. And I didn't understand that because I looked at him and I was like, hell no. I got dreams and ambition. And you just look like you ready to go get on the farm. And that ain't who I am. So I tried to break up with Thomas. But my grandmother held on to the letter. And I would come home and Thomas would be sitting here with my grandmother. And I finally had to say to him, don't come back over here, please. I'm going to college. I'm getting up out of here. Call me a lesbian. Because I got dreams and ambitions. And it ain't to be a mother and have babies. Not right now. When I want to have them, but I want to go out there and get a little bit of life first. But you see? So anyway, let me go back to the veterans. They saved my life. The veterans at the Veterans Administration Hospital, on the floors that I worked. Yes. There was a lot of them I would have to sit and read to. A lot of them I would have to feed ice chunks to. Some of them I would have to go in there and feed because they couldn't feed themselves. And you learn a lot about a person when you're feeding them. And they all said, you get an education. Even when I was like ready to get out that house, honey, and take off and run and don't stop. It was those veterans that was like, no, you finish out. You get your education because you can do something at work. Veterans, even the redneck veterans. But they wasn't redneck to me. Obviously, I was feeding them. Taking care of them, giving them the ice water, reading to them. But that made sense to me. I could graph charts. I took nursing. I knew blood pressure. I knew all that stuff. That made sense to me. So I needed the veterans to go and work for. Because that made sense to me. And I didn't hear the DEVIL name ever. Ever. That's the only place I can go to where I didn't hear the DEVIL. In my grandmother's house, the DEVIL moved stuff. The DIVEL jumped in us all the time. All the time. We were told time and time and time again. Every day from when I woke up, you ain't nothing but the DEVIL. Ain't going nothing good about you but the nothing good about you because you got the DEVIL. You're lucky if you be something because you're full of the DEVIL. Y'all around here walking, running around here doing stuff. I'm looking at myself, my reflection. Doing stuff, running around here like a bunch of DEMONS. Because y'all a bunch of DEMONS. Every day. Every day. Every day. Then we would go to church. And we will learn how the DEVIL is ruling the earth. I never once heard them say that God ruled the earth. They say he didn't rule the earth. He only ruled the heavens. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. How could this be? How is couldn't understand. I could not understand. And I couldn't ask because I had been wrapped in the mouth, down, talked, everything. Because, see, my father was still alive. They really didn't want to come, my sperm donor to come up down south and start stuffing mud holes in people's ass because he was an angry man. He was an angry man. Almost, he like, I wish a nook would. That was my father. I'm nothing like that. As far as the violent part, more like using that mental side of it. But every day, so I couldn't understand. How we going to this Baptist church, but you can't mention God's name in the house. You can't mention Jesus' name in the house. You can talk about the devil all day long. You teach us that God is powerful, but only in heaven because the devil rules the earth, and that's what's wrong with us. And that's why we're sinners, because we're on earth that the devil rules. I was like, oh my God. Then he's not omnipotent. Stop it. He's not all that powerful. How come he can't get rid of that? See? And even my grandmother could smell when my brain started working like that. Maybe because steam started coming out my ears. And she would give me that look. Like, she'd give me that look that said, D-E-V-I-L, please. Couldn't understand it. Everything was D-E-V-I-L. It was so ingrained in me that even after I left, there's no way I could carry God and Jesus. I had to force myself because I wasn't taught that down there at that cult. The strongest, most powerful that I was taught in that Baptist cult was the D-E-V-I-L. He's what's making man do everything. And I'd be sitting there and I was saying, but I thought you said that, because I can't say it too, you know. And then I can't even look, you know, at my grandmother and hope that steam ain't coming out my ears. Because I'm saying to myself, I'm a teenager, but I ain't like stupid dumb. I'm like, I thought you said that he is ultra powerful and he does all this stuff. But he's no match for the D-E-V-I-L. And that's all I learned about, and that's all I heard about. And even after I left, it took me up into 58 years of age to get rid of it, to finally be able to listen to myself and say, again, your 16-year-old self was right. That was a bunch of bullshit that they was making you sit there and listen to. Your 19-year-old self was right when you got on that Greyhound bus and left. Your 20-year-old self was right. Said we have to fight through it with exercise. Your 30-year-old self was right. Saying get into your creative self. Get into your writing. Get into good health and exercise and walking. My 40-year-old self was right when it said keep doing it. And then my 50-year-old self said, we here, do a little ice skating, bend your back out, bend your back right, so you won't be a question mark. And you're going to do this, and you're going to have to change that. And then my 8-year-old self said, if we're going to start healing and be healthy to go into our 60s, what you got to do now is you got to know that it's okay to love yourself. You got to know that you don't know anything about that DEVIL because you've always been loved. And loving and caring about people. And that's why it's me. And that's why I'm walking for 45 minutes. And that's why I'm in a different lane than anybody else. That's why at 65, I'm not putting on pasted nails and makeups and wigs talking about attractive man. I'm just so happy to be able to say to this body, thank you, body. Thank you. You know I have a perfect menstrual cycle. It came when it was supposed to come, and it stopped when it was supposed to stop, or when I commanded. And then it says it's time for us to dry up. It's time to put the fat aside. It's time to put you done ate for pleasure all your life, because I used to hate food. So they trained me to eat for pleasure. Down south, you had to eat when it was there, because if not, you had so many cousins that they would eat it all and literally leave you with nothing. Every now and again, my grandmother used to have to sneak stuff to the side for me and my other cousins. So, that's the mode I'm back in. It's summertime. I know that's an easy sweat. A quick and easy sweat, like I'm doing now. Burning off everything. And I learned that it's okay to love me. Because in the cult, it's not okay to love yourself. It's vanity. It's thinking you're this, it's thinking you're that, it's thinking you're better, it's thinking you're this, it's thinking you're that. You should... So, until we separate matter and energy, I'm showing, I'm exercising, I'm dieting, I'm doing my due, taking my nutrients, and I'm loving this body every day, more and more, unconditionally. I am loving this body. It's given. It always has been. It always has been. Never let me down. I've never depended on anyone but it, and it has been on nobody but me. And every day I say, heal us, heal us. I feel something. Send somebody down there to see what it is. Send somebody down there. What should I eat? Tell me what you eat. Tell me what you drink. That help y'all get down there and take care of whatever it's supposed to be. And they do. I say, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And my body does. And I wake up every morning and I stretch it and I give it the nutrients it needs. And I come down here and get on the treadmill and we're in happy land. I have to put a title on the YouTube. I'll have the title on the YouTube. Okay. That was the first sweat when I had trouble getting up on YouTube, but it's okay. It would just go live. I was like, what? What are you doing? What are you doing? People don't know. Whew. I think I'm supposed to raise my elbows more so I can give it that real good press. Whew. But we're doing the arm thing because I find myself, I be lifting a lot of stuff. And I can with no problem because this is what I'm going for. Okay. All right. Whew. Let's do that. Let's do that kind of walk. Tuck in the elbow. Squeeze your gut. 10. Not up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One. Good luck. Whew. Sweating like an enslaved person working in that hot sun in the fields, child. Whew. Tuck in your elbow. Squeeze your gut. Y'all see the sweat? I love it, I love it, I love it. I say calories and pounds. Let's go. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. It's hard stopping it from going all the way down. It really is. Whew. Thanks y'all for coming on the walk. Please like, comment, share. Tell a friend, tell an auntie, tell a cousin. Oh, tell everybody. You walking, trying to save your feet and toes, honey. Trying to stop your head from blowing off with the high blood pressures. Yes. Tell them come walk with me. You ain't even gotta listen. Put your headsets on. Put your headsets on. You know? You ain't really gotta listen. Whew. Let me see. I gotta grab my ear. There's a whole pool I think I may throw myself into. Yes. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. I thank all my subscribers. I thank you all. I thank you for being there with me, hanging in there. All my friends and family, I'm sorry. Some with my internet, I couldn't get on FB. You pay a lot of money, but as we know in this country, for some, when you pay a lot of money, you get what you pay for. And others pay a lot of money and you get crappy service. So, we're not living in the best neighborhoods where they pay the same thing that we're paying, they have good service. I'm in the neighborhood with mostly minorities. And though we still have to pay the same amount, a lot of money for service, we don't get the same service as the people in the other neighborhoods do. So, and when that happens, what are you going to do? Whew! Yes, Monday. Yes, Monday. Yes, Monday. Ha ha ha. Whew, y'all. I gotta get a tissue. I gotta get a tissue, somebody. Let's see. Honey. Let's see. Okay. Yes, indeed. Hey, they coming on the wall. We golfing now. Y'all see the sweat? Y'all know I love it. Yeah, that's what this is all about. All those impurities gone out the system. Thank you for the company. All the salt out of your system, all the unclean stuff. That's why I take care of the summer. Take advantage of the summer. I need to do this. I think. All right. Okay, something different. All right. Let me show y'all. It's time for Gulp and Chat. See it? Thank you for the company. Okay. Whew, this is my second one. That's why we go to the little girl's room on the 20-minute break. Yes, indeed. I'm walking. Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm walking. I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking. I'm walking. I'm walking. I'm walking. Yeah. Y'all got your water? Isn't it faster just to throw it down in the morning? Well, I'm retired. But it's early enough that if you drink it now. Yes, indeed. I'm walking. Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm walking. What if the majority of our problems that we have is because we don't have enough water in us, we drying out. We drying out stuff. Best thing about drying out stuff, most times you can re-energize, whatever. Yes, indeed. I'm walking. Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm walking. I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking. I'm walking. I'm walking. I'm walking. Excuse me. So happy to be walking. Happy to be walking. Thank you for the company. Yes, indeed. I'm walking. Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm walking. I'm walking. Thank you for just a little more to go. I'm walking. I'm walking. I'm walking. I'm walking. So happy to be walking. Happy to be walking. Thank you for the company. Yes, indeed. I'm walking. Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm walking. I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking. I'm walking. I'm walking. I'm walking. So happy to be walking. Happy to be walking. Thank you for the company. Ha ha! Yeah! My second one down. I have the third one by the afternoon and we good to go. Hey, thanks for coming in and walk. Like, comment, share, tell a friend, tell an auntie, tell a cousin. Thank you for subscribing. See you tomorrow. So happy to be